Two sides, carry on circle. Chapter 6, Down a Man. So how are things going with you guys? Marcos asked. Hallie looked at her friends who were still sleeping. So far so good. We got in kind of late last night, so I think we are just going to chill here for the day, maybe go out and get some essentials. The sound of knocking came through the phone. Who's at your house? She asked. I don't know, but what worries me a little bit. Ever since we got a visit from the bounty hunters yesterday, we have all been on high alert. Has anyone even noticed we are missing? The conversation hasn't gotten too big yet. Marcos, can you answer the dang door? Gabriel shouted from the other room. Hallie, I got to. She replied instantly, it's okay, I totally understand. Besides, we have prepaid minutes that we have to save, so we will talk soon. The knocking became more intense as the longer Marcos waited to open the door. His hand hovered over the lock as Gabriel came out in baggy clothes from the other room. Remember what we talked about? He mumbled. Marcos opened the door with a plastered smile, still with the phone in his hand. Took you long enough, Scott stated. Marcos's heart skipped a beat each time one of the bounties walked through their doorway. Soon enough he's going to have to start taking Gabriel's medication. His voice cracked. Kofi, anyone? They looked over to their stained coffee maker. No thank you, and I don't think you should have any either. It'll make you more anxious than you already are. Beth replied. Grace observed his behavior. Is there any reason why you are so nervous? We are just here to chat. Marcos gulped as Scott grabbed the seat directly in front of Gabriel. Life came from one of the two beds. Good morning, sunshine. Hallie laughed. Bryn's hair stood up in all different directions. I feel like I got run over by a truck. Maybe you shouldn't have drank that much mysterious liquid on our way here from the trappers. Bryn rolled her eyes and fell back into the pillow. An unknown number pinged the burner phone. Hallie took a cautious step in answering this call. There was no guarantee who was on the other line, but something told her she would be surprised. Hello? Who is this? She answered. Hallie? Oh, thank God. Where have you guys been? A familiar voice asked. Antonio, she whispered into the phone. Yes, it's me. 1 second, let me go outside. She let the door fall behind her, sneaking out quiet as a mouse. Okay, go. Where are you guys? In a disclosed location. I should be asking you the same thing. Where have you been and where are you calling from? Also, how did you get this number? I am calling from a payphone on the south side, but I'm not staying here for long. I am going back to, actually I can't tell you, I don't know who's listening. How is everything at home? Hallie paused. I just said we are in a disclosed location because we had to leave rapidly. Marcos didn't tell you, which I'm assuming how you got this number. We need help, Antonio, can we please meet up? I just need to know if you've told anyone you saw me a couple nights ago. No, I haven't told anyone. But you still haven't answered my past 5 questions. We can talk about it when I see you next. And when will that be? Because we might not make it, she whispered into the phone. We are heading to this ranch outside of Los Campos. Antonio was quiet for a second. Hello? Hallie said again. You can't go there. Where would you even get an idea about that? Why not? It seems like our only option till the problems with you blow over. He answered rapidly, we will talk soon. Hallie pulled the phone away from her ear. That bastard. Hey, where did you go? Zay asked as he sat up in bed. Hallie had a blank expression on her face. I just needed some fresh air. Oh, okay. I was thinking today, if we can find a ride, we go down to the park and try to make some money. Plus we can hang out with the people we haven't seen in a while. I mean, if that's what you guys want to do? Zay looked to Zed, who was still passed out, and to Bryn, who had fallen back asleep. A violent buzzing went off in Hallie's hand. This time a familiar number was calling but no answer came from Hallie. "I'm sorry, Caden, I can't deal with this right now," she thought. "Aren't you going to answer that?" he asked. Hallie looked down at the phone one more time then turned it off. "No, it's probably just a telemarketer."
"Yeah.
"Let's do something today. It's been a while since we've done anything fun." Marcos overheard everything Gabriel was telling Scott and felt his stomach sink. Gabriel would say anything and everything to get his family out of trouble. Anything Antonio has done he will place the blame and say someone else did it. The carry-on circle brings drugs into the city, partially true. The carry-on circle worships Antonio till the end to where they just distribute it for him. Antonio is actually the one who brings all the drugs in. One of his clients needs a new shotgun but can't risk buying one legally. Someone is right there scratching the serial number off in the closet. And of course the biggest thing of it all, the identity circle. One man distributing enough drugs, money, and weapons to supply a whole city with the help of hundreds whose livelihoods depend on this one man. Marcos knew the second the bounties stepped foot into this apartment the carry-on circle was over. Everything Antonio has built over the years will be gone in an instant. He didn't know who would be in this apartment when they walked in, but whoever is in there is about to be done for. He just hoped it wasn't any of the people he called family. All this circled around in his head as they stopped in their tracks waiting for the rest of the crew. He never thought he would see the day where he watched all his friends get arrested in front of him while he stood as a bystander. He couldn't bear to poke his head in to see if it was anyone he knew or was close with. A few minutes later, after the all-clear, Gabriel came over and had no problem entering the apartment. Hours went by as the bounty hunters questioned the randoms inside the house. Marcos's hands could barely hold a cigarette as he waited at the bottom of the stairs. All the what-if possibilities came through one by one as the rumbles upstairs continued. Periodically one of the bounty hunters would come down and check on him. "You still doing okay, out here?" Dewey asked. Marcos released a cloud of smoke. "Are you sure you don't want to come inside? This could be the last time you see this place, or claim anything that's yours before the police find it." Marcos felt his heart drop. "What do you mean by that?" Dewey made his way down the stairs. "I'm just saying you were close with these people, so I'd assume you've been over here. Especially because our cousin's name is on the lease. You want to do the right thing, right?" Marcos nodded. "Don't let what your uncle is saying get in the way of getting yourself out of trouble. We are here to make everything right and help people along the way. I know my parents can be intimidating, but when everything is settled they become the biggest softies. You just have to be honest with us." Marcos felt his soul begin to crack within him. "I'll give you some time to think if you need it, Dewey said. "No, wait." Marcos called out, "It's too late to try and protect them any longer. It's hard because I still have so much love for them, but what's done is done. I'm ready to be honest with what the carry-on circle is and the truth behind Antonio. No more lies." Hallie waved goodbye to their driver. "I hate to say it, but it was nice socializing with everyone we haven't seen in a while." "Well, I'm glad you ended up having fun even though you were looking over your shoulder the entire time." Zay laughed. "I was concerned for Bryn because she's the biggest target since she's actually done time before, out of all of us." Zay responded, "Maybe that's because she's not all there." "Excuse me, I'm standing right here. Plus getting arrested for public intoxication and spending 3 hours in booking but getting released is not doing time. You know I love you, but it's the truth. Anyways, Hallie, didn't that make you miss the adrenaline in the streets? Especially being at the top," he said as he handed the money off to Zed. "If anything, it made me feel bad for those poor souls who are at the bottom of the chain. I see things differently than you guys do." Just then the buzzing of their burner phone shook the dresser. Zed swiped it. "Hey! Let me see it!" Hallie exclaimed. Zed waved the phone around. "This number has been calling all day. What are you hiding?" "Wait, Hallie, weren't we supposed to get Caden his money today?" She gulped and picked up the burner that rang a second time. Crap, Caden's calling again. Ignore it. Zay replied. I can't, we've already been ignoring him all day and it's almost dusk. Just tell him something came up and we couldn't bail him out. I mean, you're not wrong. It only rings so many times, you gotta make your decision soon. Zed added. I wanna talk to him. Bryn exclaimed. Hello, this is a prepaid call from Los Campos Detention Center from Caden Cross. If you would like to accept press or say 5. Hey, are you guys almost here? Time is ticking and I was supposed to be out hours ago? Hallie hesitated. Caden, I'm sorry, but you have to stay in there. There was a silence on the other line, then a soft stern voice. What do you mean I have to stay in here? Something came up to where we can't go anywhere near authorities, let alone a jail. You're kidding, right? What happened when you were promising me that you were giving me my money today? Well, we weren't wanted then, plus we are on the outskirts of Los Campos. Nowhere near the north side. Jesus Christ. Caden scoffed. You know I've been pissed at you guys before, but never this bad. I am completely done with you, the Carry-On Circle and Antonio. You all are a bunch of selfish rats who don't think about anybody except themselves. I risked everything being the backbone of this group and of course was the one to get wrapped first. I got wrapped doing your guys' dirty work. Now I'm facing an even bigger investigation when they find out more people are involved with these IDs. It won't just be a misdemeanor in the end, and you guys are okay with that. You guys won't survive without me and I really want to see you try. Caden, I'm so sorry, please try and understand. He interrupted. Does Antonio even know I'm locked up? Hallie replied, I doubt it, but honestly he has so much going on right now so I don't think he really cares. A frustrated sigh came from the other line. Typical. Caden. Hallie whispered, but she was only talking to a dead line. She turned to her friends. Well, we are officially down a man. You know, if I ever get locked up, which will never happen, I'm going to start a money ring inside there, so I would have to keep you guys around. Zay laughed with a joint in his mouth. You would be committing a crime while doing time for another crime? Hallie said. Not exactly, because with the new money transferring websites that may or may not be legal yet, it's going to be allowed in prisons. Zay replied. Hallie chuckled. Right, you just keep telling yourself that.